Hey everybody, welcome to Foundations of EHS Systems. When you log into Blackboard, you're going to immediately go to this announcements page. You can see it here, highlighted at the top, and you can also notice or navigate to it from here if by some chance you don't end up there. What you'll see posted initially is a welcome email, kind of just tell you a little bit about what to expect, kind of key information. You can see my email address is here. My cell phone number is here. And with this cell phone number, you can text me, you can call me, you can do kind of whatever works for you to get a hold of me. So you've got multiple ways to get a hold of me. I am on Eastern time, but my life is kind of crazy, so I'm awake at all kinds of crazy hours. So if you text me and I don't get right back to you, I will shortly. And same thing with emails. So this is where you'll show up. Let me jump quickly over here to the navigation bar, and you can see on this left side I'm highlighting faculty information. I'll click on that. Just quickly, this is me here. My name is Will. You can call me Will. You can call me whatever you want pretty much, but Will is adequate. I have been teaching at GW since 2008. I've taught this course a number of times. Taught it last fall and have done a lot of revision on the course to this point. Which I'll talk to you about in a few minutes, but let me just start out by telling you I've been a paramedic for going on 20 years. I've worked in pretty much every area of EMS. I've been a pre-hospital administrator, I've been a life flight or critical care transport administrator. I've been a practitioner in all those areas. I am in the process of completing my MD. I will be a medical doctor within a year. I have an MBA in healthcare administration and have worked as a hospital administrator as well. So you can kind of look at my bio here and it'll give you really everything you need to know about me. But that's just a very brief introduction for you. So if we kind of come back over here, you see the announcements. We'll drop quickly to the syllabus. And I just want to show you in a nutshell, we've got a printable version of the syllabus here. As I said, the gray bar, you can see syllabus. So here we have the printable version of the syllabus, course description, objectives, some deliverables. And what you'll note here under course deliverables at the very bottom is there's 30% of your grade is discussion boards. That happens weekly. You have 3 assignments and a research paper. So discussion boards are pretty significant. This is where we, I think, do a significant amount of learning. You'll gauge material from each other. I'll give you feedback. And that's, I think, where you're going to find the greatest degree of interaction. Assignments 1, 2, and 3 you'll see laid out for you clearly. We have your research paper, which is essentially your final for the course. Textbook is Principles of EMS Systems, written by Cromer and Brennan, both physicians. So that's good information to have. Grading policy, plagiarism, academic integrity, really kind of staples of a course. I think you just need to be familiar with those things. As we move over beyond syllabus, you'll go into weekly sessions. And this is what I think you'll note that for week 1, which is this upcoming week, we have introductions, so you'll introduce yourselves to me and then ultimately to your classmates and have some opportunity to sort of talk about or have discussion around who you are and what you're doing and so forth. Then we move into the history of modern EMS. As we move down into the different areas, you kind of come down and you'll see here, for example, at week 4, assignment 1 is due September 21st, 2014, and that gives you at the essentially end of week 4. But since we're here, let me click on this. So I click on week 4, and it walks me through the learning objectives for the week. So familiarize yourselves with this. Reading assignments. If there are PDFs, if there are things that I have for you to read, I'll post those. So this last one here, for example, is PEPI Medical Direction Printable. It's this textbook by the National Association of EMS Physicians. Dr. Paul PEPI wrote it. It is not one that I didn't want you to have to buy the whole book, so I spoke to Dr. PEPI, got you a copy of the book chapter, but as you can see here, it is copyrighted, and it's only been authorized for use by our students. This is not authorized for dissemination and can only be attain through purchase of the textbook, and it's really a physician-specific textbook. So there's some articles here. There's the textbook chapter. So what you'll note is that in lieu of the textbook that you've purchased, I have replaced it with this textbook chapter. It's more recent and frankly more applicable and practical for what we're doing. One of the things, so then there's your reading assignments, here's your discussion board for the week. I did at this point put in a guide to an annotated bibliography. So that will be essentially your first assignment, and wanted to give you a little bit of exposure to how to write an annotated bibliography. So this video will help you with that. This is assignment 1, the subspecialty annotated bibliography. And then finally, the one thing that I'm most proud of adding this semester is that almost every week we have a guest lecturer. You saw Dr. Pepe wrote the textbook chapter for you. Dr. Pepe is actually going to be your guest lecturer this week. Here's his biographical information. This is a picture of Dr. Pepe. Some of the guest lecturers will be recorded videos. Others, we will set up a specific time for them to collaborate in or video stream in so you can ask them questions and so forth. What you'll note, though, is that each week when we have a guest lecturer, the people that are coming to or spending their time lecturing to you are what we would consider some of the best in the business and most credible, reputable people in EMS today, in emergency health services. And Dr. Pepe, as you can see from his experience, is among the top EMS physicians in the country. He's the medical director for Dallas-Fort Worth EMS. He's traveled around the world talking about EMS-specific stuff and was one of the early physicians in EMS. So just to give you some perspective on some of the things to expect, I wanted to really bring a lot of application back to your theoretical education, and that's where the guest lecturers will come in. So you'll find under weekly sessions that you can go through and identify that. Assignment 1 is due here. You'll see assignment 2 due here, assignment 3 here, and then subsequently and ultimately assignment 4, which will be your research project, is due December 7th, which should essentially be the last day of the course. So I've tried to call those things out for you as clearly as I can. I'm generally pretty quick at grading your assignments and try to have those back within 24 to 48 hours. I'm generally very good at responding to you as well. So I hope this was helpful, and I'm looking forward to reading your introductions, getting to know you all, and spending a little bit of time talking about the future and the current state of emergency health services in the U.S. and abroad. So good luck getting started with your courses, and I'm looking forward to talking to all of you here in the near future. Best of luck. Thanks.